Hey guys, so I revisited Lurk recently and tried a few different versions. I just ended up back on this version though. Lurk is still an awkward but fun deck. It's probably one of the most fun decks I've ever played, however also one of the most frustrating. Since some of the time you have to blindly hope for Lurk, Ruben Zoo can just decide you lose the game every once in a while by making you miss Lurk. But when you predict into your champions constantly though, it can feel unbeatable at times. Just in case some people watching this aren't familiar with Lurk yet, I'm going to explain it. It's pretty simple though. So basically the whole deck revolves around the keyword Lurk. How it works is that once per turn when you attack, if the top card in your deck also has a Lurk keyword on it, all of your Lurk cards in the deck get +1 attack added onto them. The main champions in the deck are Pyke and Reksai. When Pyke is on top of the deck and you trigger Lurk, he turns into a spell card called Death from Below. Death from Below is a 4-mana card just like he is. What happens is when you play Death from Below, it's a fast speed spell that can be used on any enemy unit, and you strike for his attack and then summon a version of Pyke. Once Pyke levels up, that strike that leveled him up or any subsequent strike, what happens is that he strikes the weakest enemy, and if he kills it, he goes on to the next weakest enemy and on forever until he potentially wipes the whole board, which is very easy because he always gets a lot of attack, and all these creatures do, right? In the Lurk deck, that's how it works. They always get crazy high attacks. So yeah, when you level him up, he's just basically a board wipe that does a lot of damage. Then Reksai gets the effect that when Reksai's on top of the deck, or you attack with him, you get an extra bonus of 1 attack onto all of your cards. So if Reksai's on top of your deck, all of your cards get increased by 2 instead of 1. And if he's on the board attacking, you also give everything +1. And so theoretically, if you have a Reksai on top of the deck and on the field attacking, you can get a maximum of 3 attack in 1 turn. And once he's leveled up with 10+ power, he gets rid of the effect where he goes back into the deck at the round end. The other thing about Reksai though is that if you play this and you don't end up attacking with 10+ power and leveling up, he goes back into the deck at the round end. So it's kind of easy to counter. There's a lot of different cards that can stop this effect from happening as soon as you play it. But if he does level up, he stops going back into the deck and he just becomes this 11 and 7 overwhelm unit that also gives you 2 Lurk cards upon level up, and just a crazy high attack overwhelm card with a lot of health to finish the game. Now the rest of the cards basically build themselves. You can basically search up Lurk in the deck builder and almost put them all in. You basically have 2 of the 1-drops. One is fearsome, one is just regular but has 2 health. You have Call the Pack, which puts a card from your hand on top of your deck to guarantee you Lurk, as well as creating you 2 more Lurkers to kind of fill your hand. This is really useful for putting your champions on top of the deck if you draw them naturally by accident, or if you just want to get their effect again or something. The Hammer Snout can make something vulnerable, so it's a good way to get rid of cards, especially combined with Pyke to quick attack them. Snapjaw Swarm is really good because it starts a free attack which lets you trigger Lurk on a defensive turn to really ramp up and snowball your Lurks. Xerxai Collar gives you a predict and has a good health stat line. And it's again a good way to make sure that you hit a Lurk on a turn you're attacking. The other Lurk cards are Xerxarath, the Undertitan. Now this is one of the best cards in the deck as well. You have to get up to 8+ power, which isn't always super easy, but it usually happens around a decent time in the game. Even if it's not getting its effect, it still has a lot of health to pretty much trade with anything and still survive. But once you get its effect, it ends up being a fearsome, overwhelm, and spell shield unit with at least 8 attack power, and it's one of the cards that can win the game. Xerxarath is kind of awkward because it's actually 1 more mana, but it doesn't get any cool effect like Xerxarath. It just has overwhelm and 1 more attack. Kind of lame in my opinion, but I really like running this because I think it's just kind of important to have that extra 2 Lurk cards in the deck. Some people have messed around and they don't really run these cards, or maybe they cut some other things that I'm not really aware of, and they end up running like Ruthless Predator. And now you should consider Ruthless Predator in your deck if you're trying to play Lurk a lot, because it is giving you 2 attack and it can help you make sure Reksai gets to the level up condition or Xerxarath gets up to the level condition at a really fast time. The reason I don't really like playing Ruthless Predator is a lot of the times I feel like I draw it early and I either miss Lurk because of it, and then it just sits in your hand dead because first of all you miss Lurk now, and so your attack's pretty low. And then you have to get your Reksai up to 6 attack and your Xerxarath up to 5 attack before you can use it, and it just sits in your hand so dead a lot of the times. And because you miss Lurk, a lot of times you even want to kind of use it early to make sure you actually kind of trade so you don't get totally blown out early game because all your units are 1 attack. And I feel like it's, I don't know, it's so clunky to me, at least personally from playing it. But so many good Lurk players play it that it could be correct to run in the deck, so I gotta point that out at least. Then we have Jawfish, just a good late game card. You don't want to have 3 because you don't want to draw it too much. Usually you kind of predict into this like late game if you really need it. Or you get it off of like a Call the Pack or Reksai or something like that. But this is a really powerful effect on turn 8. If you have a bunch of Lurk cards on the field, you just play this. You basically do the old Riptide Rex and wipe their whole board. And keep in mind that if Pyke uses this ability, it can strike something and then wipe their whole board with Pyke as well. So most of the time when you play this, it's a board wipe. And it's just a really good another way to end the game. Even though he doesn't have like a crazy overwhelm keyword or anything, you can usually just kill everything on their enemy board and all your units get through with crazy high attack. Which also means that this deck doesn't need to just go crazy. You don't need to just spam attacks whenever you can. Like you can kind of slow play having some Jawfishes and Zerxais on the board. You don't have to just be taking bad trades and just sending attacks like crazy. Now the other important cards to consider in the deck that I haven't mentioned till now are the ones that are not Lurk cards. So the non-Lurk cards that you add to the deck are Bone Skewer. Now I don't know why this is not Lurk, it probably should be. It's a really good card. It lets you strike an enemy then go back on the top of your deck. It's amazing with Pyke. It's actually Pyke's champion spell as well. It's really good for getting Pyke some extra strikes and putting them back on top of your deck. If you have a Pyke on the field, you could Bone Skewer before the attack technically, kill something, possibly wipe their whole board if Pyke's already leveled. Then Pyke goes on top of your deck, so now when you attack, you lurk and get the Pyke spell again into your hand next turn to be able to possibly board wipe them again. And it's crazy synergy with Pyke, but it's not bad if you have to use on other lurk units. We also run Treasure Seeker. I really love Treasure Seeker. I think you'll see in some of the games, it just lets you do so much damage. People don't really want to block the Waking Sands that it summons because it's ephemeral. But if they take that 5 damage to face early, you can just put them in a terrible position because now you can easily win with Overwhelm or something later. Also, I think that if you attack on turn 1, lurking is so important that you kind of need a 1-drop. If you attack on turn 1 and you don't have a 1-drop to be able to play to get a potential lurk, you end up just being so mediocre in the mid game because all your units are so like terribly statted, and it's just really gross. So I think you kind of need to have 9 1-drops to give you a good enough chance to get a 1-drop in your hand if you attack on turn 1. The other card you run is Aspiring Chronomancer. I think this is just a really good card. If you're attacking on turn 2, it's like the best card you can play. It has 3 health, which lets it trade into a lot of things in the meta, especially right now, without dying. So it can usually get 2 attacks off. Sometimes I don't even block this in general because they'll get a bad trade and let you just chip away for 2 health at a time. And of course, giving you the predict to get you a guaranteed lurk, preferably on a champion again, is just super nuts. And again, the other card to consider that would not be lurk would be Ruthless Predator. But yeah, I gotta be honest, this deck is, like I already said earlier, it's really high rolly. If you miss lurk even once in a game, it can actually be like potentially game losing, it feels like sometimes. Like if you attack on evens, so you don't get to lurk until turn 2 or 4, and you miss a lurk on turn 2, by turn 4 you have to attack with a bunch of like terribly statted units to possibly get your first lurk trigger, and the game's kind of just over. So yeah, sometimes through no fault of your own, you're just gonna lose with this deck, and that's what's really scary about this deck. But the reverse is like also true, and sometimes you'll just get so lucky that you don't even need to even really know what you're doing. Your just cards are so powerful and you just have so much damage that you just smoke people so fast. So yeah, this is still one of my favorite decks in Runeterra right now. I still love playing it. Just wanted to remind you guys about this and hope you guys like it. Thanks. Oh, GP Sedge? Excuse me. I'm gonna try to keep Reksai. I almost never keep Reksai. I really need to get my units high enough attack, I think, to be able to like Pyke into the Sejuani and GP and stuff. I was actually considering keeping Bone Skewer. Like it's a bit too awkward though. And I kind of wanted 1-drops. That's why I wanted to mulligan more things. Yeah, it's really bad. I don't know why it took so long to play that. If that's all you have in your fucking hand, you play that on turn 1 every single goddamn time. You got a Pyke.
I don't want to meet whatever woke you up. I don't change fate, but I can see it.
See what I've learned?
It's a Pyke time.
For silver I talk, for gold I listen.
I guess attack, right? I'm kind of afraid that will not. I'll miss lurk like I always do. And so I'd rather do this. Block this.
It's not safe.
He already gets to lurk anyway, so the 2x damage probably doesn't matter that much. Now he's done this, and even if we miss lurk now, we don't get punished. Okay, we hit it. Twice. We hit Reksai.
You pay first.
We're chilling. Okay, so I'm probably gonna Pyke this turn and blow him out of the fucking water. I like this one, making something vulnerable, I think.
We can always rely on you to keep us safe.
Or lurk in this game. You'd be fucking hitting lurk. Oh, this is too fucking good. It's too fucking good. Boom. 5. Even if we miss lurk now. Yeah. He doesn't really have a lot of block die, right? So I should attack with that. And if he, yeah. I messed up. I want to get money for your lurks. So like if he, like we either do the 2 extra damage, or he blocks, which means he has to use something else to, not lurks, plunder. He'd have to use something else to plunder this turn, which would be good. Oh, he's gonna do it anyways.
Ask how much.
So it was no diff. I think I'm down to play this. You might try to harpoon this, yeah. That's fine.
That's that.
So now the scary thing is Sejuani.
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp.
Oh, we had that next turn for the. Okay, so Sejuani, if he plays Sejuani, he'll have to play it onto this, Reksai probably. I want to play Reksai so then I can most likely get hit this to 8 for the overwhelm and spell shield. It probably doesn't matter against this deck now I think about it. If I hit another Reksai,
You own what you take.
okay. So this is really good. This is really good. This is what I was kind of hoping would happen. And now we get to make that vulnerable and drag it with this thing. We can still attack with this. So it's like this.
See what I've learned? I turn it like so.
Okay. Overwhelm spell shield.
Credit denied.
Oh, you know what we actually
Came
could
a
have
long way
done?
for a bullet.
I'm kind of trolling actually. I'm supposed to drag Sejuani with this one, right? And this thing will attack and he'll have to block it with a 2/2. Now do 2 with this. Oh, he just blocked one, right? He just blocked this maybe. Then we do like 6 overwhelm damage and this would be healthier. This would be dead, but that's probably fine.
Well fought.
bow to no one.
Huh, he lost.
Born for conquest.
He should lose, right? And we just attack next turn, but these get spell shield, so he can't even make a rain or something to kill these. And we got him. Lurk is pretty good sometimes, man. Okay. Lulu's dead. Oh, Reksai. I think we can keep this hand. I kind of like it. We need units early to be able to block a lot of his shenanigans. We have ways to like lurk on defense. This is good actually in case we get a champion in our hand naturally.
Gently, gently. Haha!
So here's the thing, against this deck, I really like to play this. Because they don't want to block, like, oh no, he doesn't have Lulu actually, huh? Okay, it isn't that big of a deal. Usually when they have Lulu, they want to support things, right?
Everything's better.
So when I do this, he doesn't want to block. Even this is elusive, right? So he doesn't really want to block this. But if you don't, like you're taking 7. So like they take that 5 damage from that free unit. That's why I think Treasure Seeker is just so good. Like now he's at 13 already on turn 2. And that makes our job so much more easy.
The shrouded path.
Look at this. Like you just taking 3 again or what? Sure, okay.
Full speed ahead.
He's gonna try to race me.
Find your own.
I want him to level up because he might have like some weird cheese with like ghosts and stuff. We have Pyke as well. It's perfect unless they run deny. Which I don't think a deck like that would run deny, right?
Do not disappoint me.
Hang on, Zern.
Seize control.
So he's already leveling it up regardless, right? So why would I block? I guess if we do this, we don't lose to Ghost, right? I guess we can do that.
I am the
He attacks next. Oh, we have Pyke next turn, right? I don't gotta really worry about the open attack. If he open attacks next turn and only does 8, I'm okay with that. Oh, there you go.
They followed the wrong master.
You did have Ghost. So I don't know, but I couldn't stop that from leveling up. Got him. He already wasted his mana, you can't deny this. And then look at this. But as long as they hit Lurk, it's lethal. We missed Lurk! Doesn't matter, right?
Silent as death.
Heard good things about the Reksai.
Got him. I didn't really want to open attack. I was like, am I missing something? I was like, technically I lose to like single or something.
Back to the waters! Bring the dead with us!
don't think they play that, but it's probably better just play around it by playing that. And that's Gnome Chimsky with this freaking nonsense deck. Okay, I need to summon all of the powers to beat this fellow. I can't even play this, it just dies, right? So I need to just lurk into a fucking Pyke legitimately. And one's in my hand, so it's not looking likely. Look at me. What are you waiting for, man? You don't got a mulligan. What did he keep there? On the third card. That's so crazy for the deck that they can get a blocker and keep 1 mana. Pyke.
We can always
Is
rely
it?
on you to
Is this
keep
the
us
game?
safe.
Astounding curiosities lie ahead.
It can be undone.
Persistence is key.
I didn't really know how to do that attack, but I figured like if I just attack with this,
My research!
he just can block with that 1/1 anyways. And then that unit's always there. It's probably still correct though. I just figured they always have so many spells. I think I want to bank mana. Wait, no, I won't have enough, huh? I would have had to not play that one if I wanted to. Okay, we're getting rid of some spells.
Gently, gently. Ha-ha!
I think I'm going to... Bro, how do you have more, like... Oh, we're getting all our champs on the lurks now. Cool, very fun, very fun. Great.
I turn it like so.
This is splendid. Okay. We need to get one more before that that shithead comes down. Okay, we need to keep up 4 mana for the Pyke. So if he plays that stupid ass Spoke of Shell, this is also gonna obviously just kill this, but this will go up to 6, so I has a spell to kill it, but okay. I think we just do this. Maybe we should have done it earlier. Because he wouldn't have been able to kill our Pyke, and then we get a good attack off. We wouldn't have leveled up though. Okay. fine. We play
Let us take a peek at life beneath the
Reksai.
waves.
Here.
Oh dear!
Okay. It's kind of bad right now. I think we do this because like this threatens like the Reksai level up, just have the attack. So he's gonna wanna what's it called? Mini morph this right now if he has it. Is he looking for mini morph? He's really good. He's wasting his mana. He only has 6 mana left right now. So if he mini morphs, it's his whole turn. Then we can just play Pyke. As long as we hit a lurk, Pyke's leveled up. Oh, he only used 1 strike to level up. Actually, I forgot because the actual Pyke spell plus bone skewer. Yeah, that's his whole turn.
They all sink before they float. Tide's rising.
See what I've learned?
I don't know if there's a point to attack with that. They can just block that. Yeah, maybe we should have done that, huh? Yeah, actually, that's silly of me. We would have,
I'm just getting started!
we wouldn't have had lethal, but basically, so he wouldn't want to go down that weak, right? We would have done 8, then 9. Wait, would we have 1? Did we attack with that? I'm definitely trolling for not attacking with it then. I didn't really think about it too much, I just kind of did it.
Cursed relics!
It definitely messed up, we could have done 2 extra damage. I don't feel bad for you. You put aside Poro, I do not feel bad for you. You're playing Ezreal by Shellfolk.
I get mine, you get yours.
We beat Sion Draven. We just lose. And I'm kind of scared of playing Draven Sion all day today. People trying to qualify with it. I might have to play a deck that can. I might not be able to play Lurk today. I might have to find a deck like with mini morph or something to be able to counter
Gently, gently.
Draven.
Watch your head.
Yeah, we hit Lurk finally.
It's a trap!
Time. I think we can take this, right? Take this, which sucks, but we can make sure we kill at least. We can probably take one of these and do it next
I
turn.
don't want to meet whatever woke you up. I turn turn it like
do it with this,
so.
one because this one might be able to get big enough to block another like Fearsome or something. Ah. But again, now we can block it.
I try.
If we try to like Mystic this or something like that, or anything. It's not looking great, but it's not that bad either. You can kill both of these. Good news, if we hit Lurk this turn, some free damage. The Pyke, that's really good. This isn't that good to play right now, but I think I will. I kinda gotta play Pyke this turn though. I think to beat this deck, you might have to be playing Pyke. I was kind of afraid of that. Like if I play this first, I don't know what you do. We play this then too. Get some more damage in. Then we can finish him off with Overwhelm later. So we still do 4 damage. You could probably flock that or Mystic it or something. But it gets Spell Shield though, if it gets too high.
I have the best job.
Maybe we can pass, see what he does.
Now we're cooking. God axes need victims.
I think we do this.
Draven out?
No. He wasted his attack. He can't do any like weird shenanigans. He has to play a unit, probably this one. He could go kind of wide though. Usually they can go wide. He can still play that 2 attack now. Pretty good for him. I kind of wish that we had it was like this turn.
A little further. Bingo.
Oh, Sion, which is pretty good. I can do this, right? So we're like bluffing certain things, like a possible other Pyke spell, I think. If we attack with this, we're only pushing what, 6 damage, not lethal. We'll probably do this then. See what happens. He was waiting for something big, I guess. Do you have a way to kill this with another? We can't really play around that though.
Tide's rising.
Actually, I should have attacked with this like first in case I hit 8, right? No, I need to hit 9. That doesn't matter, yeah.
Cursed relics.
I think you can drag my Pyke though, which is kind of spooky. Oh no, we can't. We have Jawfish, right?
Out of my way.
Yeah, I think we just win now.
Always were good at killing.
Got him. I'm so much would rather have that than Draven. I mean, Sion.
I get mine.